Hello gamers and welcome to Wiktendomania. Today we have a very good episode. It's packed with a lot of information. We have news regarding Pac-Man, news regarding the 3DS eShop. We have the recommendation of the week. We do have an unboxing for a very special set of Joycons that you may not even know that exist. We have tips for Contra. We have a very special issue of Club Nintendo. We're gonna talk about something that is very special here on your section story time. It's just gonna be a lot of fun. Stay put. Let's go watch our intro and here we go.
Okay, so let's start with the news. Today is April 11, 2021, and as of March 31st, the game you're looking on screen is gone forever. Nintendo shared that some games would no longer be available on the eShop on March 31st, and they kept their promise. The games we lost were Super Mario Bros. 35, Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, and Super Mario 3D All-Stars. We now have Pac-Man 99 instead. I played it, but I'm not really a Pac-Man guy. Now, about the 3DS eShop, it is still alive. But, you know the Wii shop has been closed for some time now. Sony instead has announced that they will be closing the Play Store from PlayStation 3 and PS Vita. And this will happen on August 27th, 2021. This gets you thinking, since Wii U and 3DS shops could have their days counted, especially since last year they closed these services for 42 countries. Mexico was spared as well as the US, but for now, right? So for how long, we might wonder. My best recommendation is to start thinking which games you would like to keep either physical or digital quick. Because once the digital versions are gone, the physical versions are bound to get so much expensive. Let's continue with our show.
So for today's recommendation, this game, Hades. This game is right now available on a physical form. So this game was very praised on 2020. Hades is a roguelike video game, which pretty much means that you have one life to go through the different dungeons. You have to get as far as you can. In this particular game, you act as the son of the god of the dead, Hades. So this guy right here, his name is not Hades. Hades is his dad, and he's trying to escape from the home they live. And in order to do that, he has to go through different challenges, and actually you have to die a lot of times. But in doing so, you actually gain experience not only in the way of weapons and knowledge, but also in the way of more health or more stamina, depending on what you choose to increase. Pretty much by repetition and dying constantly, you will get to the end of the levels, and the challenge is gonna keep you coming back, because every time that you play it is a different game, because it's procedurally generated, which means that every single time that you play you're gonna get a different outcome. So this game, I really recommend it. If you can get it in the physical form, I would recommend it because it's very collectible. Right now it's not even expensive, but I expect this one to get expensive as you know, as it becomes more scarce, and you owe it to yourself to have this game. In my case, I'm gonna keep this sealed copy for me, but I'm gonna definitely continue playing it on a digital version that I do own on my Switch. That is the recommendation for today. Let's continue with the show.
¿Quieres subir, amiguito? Pikachu. Sí, lo que tú digas. Ojalá hablaran español. Ahora vuelvo.
Ahora los juegos de Pokémon son en español. ¿Y sabes dónde los puedes atrapar?
Los tengo.
En tu Game Boy. Pokémon en español ya está aquí. Con los juegos de Pokémon en español azul y rojo, atrápalos ya.
Alright, let's talk about Contra the anniversary collection. This game right here, it's 399 pesos. This Contra collection comes with a lot of games that are classic for Contra. All those Contra games from Konami. And of course, if you are familiar with Konami, you know about the Konami code. But did you know that the Konami code does work with this game? But it's a little different. If you remember the Konami code, you would remember that it goes like this. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Alright? So in this case, in the Switch version at least, you have to go up, up, down, down, left, right, XY, XY, plus. Okay? I'm gonna do it again. Up, up, down, down, left, right, XY, XY, plus. If you do it correctly, and if you do it during the screen that is moving, for example, for Contra, the original Contra for the Nintendo Entertainment System from 1988, you're gonna start with 30 lives instead of 3. Okay, so just be careful, because if this doesn't work, you could die very easily. This game is unforgiving. This game is amazing, and of course, enjoy it with a person, enjoy it with a friend that you can, partner up with, so you can reach very far. That is this week's tips and tricks. Today we learned the Konami code, or I should say we relearned the Konami code, in this case for the Nintendo Switch.
Tendrás el coraje. Tendrás la sabiduría. Tendrás el ingenio. Y lo más importante, encontrarás las piedras. ¿Estás listo para el reto?
Now we're gonna take a look at the unboxing from this episode. We're gonna take a look and talk about these Joycons that very few people know that exist. And I'm not really talking about these Joycons from Animal Crossing. These are rare, yes, they're even white in the back. But I'm gonna talk about these Joycons that were exclusive from the US, and especially for people that acquired the online service from Nintendo. So these may not look like it, but yes, these are Joy-Cons, and I'm gonna show you how really. And this is the subscription that you have, right? You have the different games from the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. You can choose which one to play. Maybe you want to play Super Mario Bros. 3, and then you can start playing. So let's take a look at the contents of this package. I'm gonna show you why these are very special. So let's open them right up, and I'm gonna explain to you why this is important. So let's go for the first one. They do come with a wrapper, and they're individual wrappings. Let's bring them out, and you can check that this is a controller, that it's a little replica of my table, or maybe I should say the other way around, right? The table is the replica of the controller, but yet these Joy-Cons are a replica from the original NES controller. So you can take a look. This is a 1-to-1 comparison. This is an original NES controller, and if you take a look, and if you take a close look, you can see a little rail right there, and that's why it is different from another Joy-Con, or at least this is what makes them special. In other ways, if you haven't figured it out, they can be inserted into your Nintendo Switch like this. And let me just show you how it'll look like, because I'm already imagining a little bit of a monster here, because these are bigger than a regular Joy-Con. So let's take a look. This one is the right one. You can take a look at the little arrows, and from the arrows you can slide them right down. Okay, there goes one, and we do the same with the other one. There goes two. Okay, now it's connecting, and that's the only way you can really charge these controllers, because these are rechargeable. and you cannot really play like this. But let's check something. Look at this view. This is kind of funny, because now you don't have two Joy-Cons, now you have two controllers, and it even respects the ratio. They're a little bit bigger than the actual Switch screen. So okay, once that you pull it out, and then you just start playing as if it was your NES, right? This takes me back to when I had 5 years, right? This NES controller, and enjoying this classic of Mario Brothers 3. It does feel very good. The buttons are very clicky. They're the way I remember them. Of course, this is a very good controller for the time. We didn't know what we had. We had a very good controller. And yeah, it seems like I haven't forgotten how to play this one, right? So yeah, this is everything that I'm gonna show as far as gameplay. So let's just, die. And yeah, I'm showing them side by side. And if you're curious, you just slide them down. There you have it. It's a Switch and it's a monster. I hope you enjoyed. Let's go with the next one.
Éntrale al gran mundo de Super Mario 3.
Venciendo peligros y obstáculos, acabaremos con todos los enemigos del reino de los hongos y salvaremos a la princesa.
Super Mario 3 exige la garantía y servicio de Seito. Nintendo, la gran diversión.
Okay, in this story mode of the day, we're gonna talk about this issue of the Club Nintendo magazine. This one is one of my favorites because not only has Link on the front of the cover, right? It does come with a lot of tips and tricks that I enjoyed as a kid. If we scroll through the pages, we can check Gus Rodriguez right there. It's in the magazine. Remember, he is one of the creators of this magazine, so he was bound to be there. Going through the pages, look at that Pokemon Gold and Silver, when they were coming out, that was all the rage, right? Callbacks and throwbacks in the time. Look at that picture right there. All right, there you go. Gustavo Rodriguez right there, my friends. It was such an experience to scroll through these pages as a kid. So yep, I always find it very comforting when I revisit my magazines, get full of memories. Look at that. This is the Chrono Trigger Mariados. Tells you a little bit of tips and tricks. But the story mode that I want to share with you today comes in the last page, which is this one. It is a little bit of a tip that broke pretty much Mario 64's speedruns. Did you know that in this magazine is the November issue of 2000? This issue from November was the first time in which media recorded the backward long jump. So if you're familiar with Mario 64 speedrunning, backward long jumping, it's crucial in order for you to get to the ending as fast as you can. So pretty much in this one, this trick was sent by Jose Angel Ruiz Villarreal and Dante Ivan Ruiz Villarreal. But these guys were the ones that actually playing the game. They figured out that you could, as Mario, do a backward long jump and it had no cap. The negative speed of Mario was not programmed with a cap, meaning that you couldn't reach a limit, which breaks the game in several ways. So roughly it does say that you have to get 50 stars in order to get to this stair, right? This stair is infinite if you don't have 70 stars. But if you start backwards long jumping, you can mash the A button. You just mash it as fast as you can, and with rhythm. And there you go. Mario will start just crying wahoo 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 a million times, and after that he will just cross the barrier that kept Mario from coming back. So in this magazine, of course, it's a throwback to go through the pages, but this magazine especially it holds a very special place in my collection, because not only has this amazing glitch that made history, it has the front page, the cover with Zelda, right, with Link from Majora's Mask. And yes, that was the story mode of this week. I hope that you enjoyed it, and maybe you learned something new about the gaming history.
That is the end of today's special program. Yes, this was a tribute to Gus Rodriguez and the way he used to do his weekly shows. I hope you enjoyed. I say goodbye for now, but well, stay in contact. And remember, there is always a reward beyond the game over.